Previously on Tomorrow is Another Day.
I killed Emma, the woman that was gonna give me a baby. Oh.
Do you want your baby, Angelica? Follow my instructions, and you will get it. Kill Stephen Diamond. I will make your life a living hell. Your Terminator?
He's here. Where's he? Shh. Where are you going? Oh my God. It's you.
Someone there? Maddie.
Let's get to that island!
This is Kendra Smith with 25 News. A statement has been released from Lakeside Falls Police Chief claiming that there is still no sign of Brandon Ramirez, the alleged Lakeside Falls serial killer. All Lakeside Falls residents are still ordered to stay inside with the doors locked for safety. Just hours after being released on bail, Stephen Diamond was found in a shed in Cascade Valley, which apparently Brandon locked him in before his escape. Madeline Roberts was also found in the shed. Madeline's twin sister Lynette was the first Lakeside killer but was shot dead in a struggle over a gun when she attempted to kill Angelica Ramirez. Madeline and Stephen are safe in Lakeside Falls. More coverage in a moment.
Stephen, if we are gonna find out where Brandon is, you are going to have to tell the police everything, including where Angelica is. Where are they?
Maddie, you don't get it. I'm in serious danger. Brandon has multiple people helping him, and I don't know what could happen to me if I told the police. I had no idea what any of them were capable of.
What do you mean? What happened?
See, all of the people that are missing now, Bruno, Evelyn Diamond, Linda, Angelica, they were all led to the Cascade Valley Private Airport about a few weeks ago. And then there was some gas release that knocked them all out, and Brandon and whoever else is helping them got him onto a plane that I was blackmailed to fly over to the island and forced to crash. And then they... it's just all gotten so, and then Mary O'Donovan, who was pregnant, her water broke on the plane and she died.
What?
But then she disappeared.
Disappeared? Didn't you just say she died?
No. See, there was this girl in a black cloak I saw through a security camera on the plane. The lights went out and this random mysterious figure, this girl in a black cloak, came in and dragged Mary's body out. And I don't know who this girl is, but I know for a fact that I think she's helping Brandon in some way. I mean, somehow she's involved in this. And the thing is, I didn't see her in the cockpit. I don't know what's going on. And then when they landed on the island, Angelica was taken by Jamie Summers, who has been alive this whole time. She was buried alive, held captive on that island. And she went insane and had amnesia and didn't know who Angelica was. And that girl in the black cloak shot Jamie dead.
Stephen, do you have any idea who this black cloaked girl can be?
As of now, I have no leads, Maddie, but this is the thing. I have this theory that I think might be true. Now, I know Brandon is Mr. Black and everything, but I do not think that he's the ultimate bad guy here. I mean, think about it. How would a teenage boy be able to pull all these strings? Clearly Brandon's sick, and he obviously, but how would he be able to escape this town without help? Without all those helicopters? There's so many helicopters going around. there has to be somebody involved in this. Now, this is what I'm thinking. Now, Jonathan Ramirez, for example. When Angelica found out he was alive, it wasn't the way she expected. When she found out he was alive, he wanted to punish her for faking her pregnancy and lying to her. And he held her captive, basically. Jonathan was the one that basically told me to put Angelica in that gas chamber. I was taking orders from him. But turns out that Jonathan wasn't really the bad guy here. He was being brainwashed by a group of people that held him captive on the cruise when he disappeared. And they're the people that are involved in this, Maddie. They're the people, and I don't think Brandon was involved in it at the time, because Brandon didn't want revenge until after he found out that Angelica wasn't his real mother, and that's when he became so frustrated and did all this. But I'm telling you right now that there's somebody bigger. There's an ultimate bad guy. And either we find out who it is soon, or we're all gonna end up dead.
Who do you think is behind all this, Stephen? Who could do that? Who is capable of all that evil?
We can think about it this way. Everything ties to Lynette Roberts, your twin. She was Emma's mother. Emma's mother, Mary O'Donovan's mother. She was jealous of Angelica and you because you had the life that she always wanted. Well, maybe not you, but Angelica did. Angelica was adopted by my rich family and got to live this life, and they were separated after your parents died, and she never got a good chance at life. She was left to die in the orphanage, and she wanted revenge on Angelica and wanted to stalk her and did all this, but then it was just the cherry on top of the sundae when Angelica murdered her daughter. And when she ran over Emma, my lifelong friend, with that car. And that's why I did this. But Emma really, Lynette didn't know that Angelica was responsible for Emma's death until I returned to Lakeside Falls after being in England for 10 years. But, little known fact, I found out when I was on the island. There's a shack on the island with information in it that Brandon or whoever is behind this has been collecting over the years. And I found out that Emma, when Angelica was faking her pregnancy, she was working with Emma. Emma was working with Angelica to give her a child. And I didn't think I knew who the mother was. I thought it was just a random woman. But Emma was giving, Lynette was pregnant. She was planning on giving Angelica her own mother's child.
I have faith for you. The woman that I know is also 6 months pregnant. The woman is insane. She has so many mental issues I can't even go into it. It's gonna be fine.
Because she didn't think that she had a good chance at life. Brandon's biological mother was Lynette Roberts. Don't you understand? The original Lakeside serial killer. And I found an email on Lynette's computer moments before she died, writing to one of her children. Now, I thought this would be Emma or Mary, because we all knew that that was her child. But she wrote to this person that she wanted to die, and that she knew that Angelica, Jamie, and Bruno were on their way to unmask her as the killer. And she was planning on fighting, struggling with the gun with somebody, and pulling the trigger and making it look like they did it. Angelica didn't kill Lynette. She pulled the trigger. She committed suicide. But in all the confusion, it looked like Angelica did it. Even Angelica thinks she did it. But the person, her child, that she wrote to before she died, wrote back to her and said that they would continue the killings and destroy Angelica even more. Turns out it was Brandon, and that's why he is Mr. Black. That's why he tried to take all these people's lives, because he was continuing the killings and trying to still frame Angelica and destroy her life, just like his mother wanted.
Stephen, I'm trying to keep up with the story. It's just so confusing. I don't understand. If Emma died before Brandon was born, how did Angelica manage to get Brandon?
That's where it kind of gets confusing. See, after Emma died, when I'm figuring what happened, was maybe Jonathan was on a lot of business trips at the time, so maybe she didn't see him for the remainder of her pregnancy, so she didn't tell him that she lost the baby, and maybe she was trying to figure out a way. But I found these notes on the island that must have been stolen from Angelica's house. Turns out Brandon was left on Angelica's doorstep by somebody. Now, I don't know if this was Lynette, but I don't think it could have been Lynette, because Lynette's not alive today. I actually have the note with me now. I took it home with me. I think you should read it.
Still want your baby, Angelica?
Follow my instructions.
Follow my instructions.
And you will get it. Kill Stephen Diamond.
Or
I will make your life a living hell.
Your Terminator.
Your Terminator?
Oh my God, Stephen, how did you get this?
Gives me chills every time I look at it. But I found it in Brandon's lair before I escaped. See, what I think happened is after Angelica ran over, I don't think Angelica meant to run over Emma. Moments before she ran over Emma, I discovered that she was faking her pregnancy. So maybe she was trying to run over me, but accidentally she ran over Emma. But what happened was, I think what happened was Angelica was so concerned after she arrived home and was like, you know, how am I gonna get away with this? How am I gonna have a baby if Emma is the one that was giving me a baby and now I just killed her? Then they slid this note under her door. Now, it couldn't have been Lynette unless she's still alive, because the Terminator is still giving Brandon and that girl in the cloak orders.
Why would the Terminator want you dead?
The Terminator was somebody very close to Emma. Her mother, her sister. But maybe they thought that I killed her. Maybe they thought that I was the one that killed Emma. So they gave that, maybe they knew about Angelica dealing with Emma for the baby, and after Emma died, just assumed, see, Emma and I got in a really bad fight before she died. Maybe they thought I did it. So they wanted Angelica to kill me. And in that way, they would give her the baby.
Detective Roberts. Oh, hello, yeah. Yep, Steve and I are fine. We've been here. Oh, what? Oh, alright. Okay. Sounds good. Alright, bye. We need to go to the hospital.
What's happening at the hospital?
Audrey was brought in. She was one of the people that were presumed dead. The doctor said that they found some striking results, and they need to meet with us immediately.
Well, why do I have to come?
Steven, Bruno could be dead. Jamie Summers is dead. Everybody is dying. We're all that we have left now. We're in this together.
Good afternoon.
Hi.
Nice to see both of you. Hi, I'm Dr. Dan Jones.
Nice to meet you,
Please.
Diamond.
Please, nice to meet you as well.
Detective Roberts.
Have a seat. Well, since I have both of you here, it's startling news.
So, is everything alright with Audrey?
Yes, she looks okay for the time being, but we did find some curious lab results in her blood work.
What do you mean? What kind of lab results?
Well, we're trying to figure it out, and we think all these people that were presumed dead were all caused by the same drug.
What kind? Do you know what kind of drug? What drug was in Audrey's system?
So according to the lab results in Audrey Simmons' story, someone most likely came into her room dressed up, posing as a doctor, but it was never the case. What we think we found in her system was a drug, some sort of neuromuscular blocking drug, that it caused a paralysis in Audrey's system. We've been checking different hospitals and staff to see just, if there's been any other cases in the area.
Like, what person would have gone into Audrey's room disguised as a doctor? Audrey told me the story herself and said that somebody came in as a doctor, but she didn't see their face. Who would have gone in her room posed as a doctor? Who would have been able to do that?
Well, I have compiled the list of witnesses if you'd like to take a look.
Oh, absolutely.
See if they then are recognized by you.
Oh my God, Maddie, look. Look at the person that was on the staff, Agatha Christine. That was the woman that was being blackmailed by Brandon. But you know what? It couldn't have been Agatha Christine because she was kidnapped by Evelyn Diamond immediately after Audrey's body was taken to the hospital. So she wouldn't have had enough time to get into the hospital room to inject Audrey with that drug.
You're right.
Well, Audrey's claimed that the person who entered the room was an imposter, basically not a real doctor, not a hospital. And the only person I can come up with is Agatha Christine. She worked at the hospital and had access to the med room to get any kind of prescription drug and her narcotic, which was potentially used on Audrey.
This is all coming together slowly. I know Audrey has been in foster care for a little while since Angelica's house burnt down, but
Why was she in foster care?
Well, her mother actually had a drug problem and wasn't responsible. One time I even found her little sister Amelia just abandoned in the street without any adult. Audrey hasn't seen Amelia since all of this happened, so for at least a few months, her mother is not a part of her life, didn't even go to her funeral when she was presumed dead. And until just recently, Audrey's been living with Melanie Thorne, her cousin. But then in a freak accident, Melanie was shot by Angelica when they were attacked by Brandon.
So Melanie is the only person that's in close relationship with Audrey. And being the fact that Melanie was shot and suffered a severe gunshot wound,
Yes.
I don't think her heart could take the fact that Audrey is alive and well. So I don't think we should go into this, better
Better to wait.
Yeah,
maybe.
better to wait.
Yeah.
But I don't know how you guys feel about that.
Oh, excuse me. Stephen Diamond. Oh, okay. Alright, I'll be right there. Heading down to the station, Maddie. I need to discuss the coordinates of the island with the search party that they're sending over there in an hour or two. So, I'm gonna go down there.
I'm sorry, Stephen. I'm not letting that search party go on without me. Either I go or we both go.
Absolutely, I agree. We can both go. They can't go alone. We know Brandon and what he's capable of, and we're not letting him get away with this again. I have to head down to the station right now. I'll meet you in about an hour. We'll stay in touch, Steve.
Pleasure meeting
Thank
you.
you.
Be in touch.
Nice to meet you,
Nice to meet you
Dr.
as well.
Jones.
Maddie? Maddie, what's wrong? We have to get going.
I know. But as I sit here thinking about what we're going down and finding the search party, I just found out that Angelica was my biological sister. What if she's dead now? All those years lost, that I never knew she was my sister, and I didn't spend any time with her, and now I find out that I have Angelica as my sister, and there's a good chance that she's going to be dead.
You were still the godmother of Brandon. She still looked at you as a sister.
I know. I just can't bear the thought of going there and finding her gone.
We're not. Because we're not going to let any more people die. So help me God. Brandon will be 6 feet under the ground before he kills another person.